Hello and welcome back to 25 Blank Cards. Today we're going to be trying out Miles Morales Spider-Man versus Mysterio, and I'm feeling pretty confident about this matchup, so I'm even going to try it on Expert. We'll see if that is overconfidence being a slow and insidious killer or not. Come on, check decks. Already shuffled the decks a bit, but let's give them a couple last shuffles just for good measure. And then we'll get started. Yeah. Alright, so starting hand is 6 cards. 5, 6. We've got Web Shot, Jefferson Davis, Arachnobatics, and 3 blanks. Web Shot's great. I'm thrilled about that. Jefferson Davis could be relevant. I like to flip up and down a lot with most of my heroes, no exception here. So being able to clear off some threat will be very relevant. And Arachnobatics is good if we can load up the debuffs on people. All right. So I don't think I want to mulligan any of this. Again, if I was playing a real deck, I would toss this stuff for some more resources to try to be a little more efficient in my plays or get some better setup, but I don't want to go through. I don't want to draw in a bunch of more playable cards and then have to use them as resources. So I think we're going to roll with this. Yeah. All right. So play 2 blanks for Jefferson Davis. We'll go ahead and exhaust him to remove 1 threat from the scheme with the least, which is Maze of Mirrors. Go ahead and flip to Spider-Man. We will attack the Shifting Apparition, which has guard, so that'll get rid of it. And when the apparition is defeated, since it was defeated with excess damage, 2 damage to its 1 hit point, I will shuffle the top card of the encounter deck into my deck. So we'll do that in just a second. Actually, I guess we can go ahead and do that now. And then I think we're going to Web Shot Mysterio's face. Oops. I forgot to finish my setup. When revealed Mysterio 2, I should have also shuffled the top card of the encounter deck into player deck. So we'll go ahead and do that now. All right. As I said, we're going to go ahead and play Web Shot, pitching 2 cards. I'll say this blank card is a energy resource. So it does 4 damage to Mysterio and will resolve Venom Blast for another 2 damage and stun. So a total of 6 and stun. Puts Mysterio to 11. And then I'm done. Drawing 5 more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. New hand is Web Shot, Web Shooter, 3 blanks. Okay. Villain phase, main scheme goes up by 1. Mysterio would try to attack, but he's stunned right now, so he doesn't. And encounter card. Delusion of Collusion. Attached to your identity, you cannot ready allies or persona supports you control. Jefferson here. Alter ego action, discard an ally or persona to discard that. Okay. Just kind of stick that right in the middle there. It's a little bit unfortunate for Jefferson. Okie dokie. It's back to my turn now. So I think I think I just played my cards. Blank card for web shooter. Comes with 3 web counters. And we'll go ahead and pay 2 for web shot to do 4 damage plus venom blast. It's another 2, so 6 damage and stun. That is 2 different damage events, which doesn't matter in this case, but in other cases it can matter quite a lot. All right, and then. So Spider-Man can either attack or thwart. I think I'm going to go ahead and flip down just because so I think I'm going to flip down because I want to shuffle my Spider-Man cards back in and to draw more cards, and because I've got gobs of room on the main scheme. If I'm going to be flipping down, go ahead and use Jefferson Davis and I guess have him pop off Delusion of Collusion. So if I want to use Jefferson to remove a threat, then I shouldn't be thwarting that. So I guess I'm going to have Spider-Man attack Mysterio for 2. It's Mysterio to 3. Then we will flip to Alter Ego. Response, when I change this form, shuffle 1 Spider-Man card from my discard pile into my deck. I'm going to go ahead and get one of my web shots back because they're so good. This web shot goes back in the deck. Web shot is back in action for later. Jefferson will go ahead and remove 1 threat from the least scheme. And then I'll use the alter ego action of Delusion of Collusion, discard an ally or persona, such as Jefferson, to discard Delusion of Collusion. Alrighty. That wasn't really hurting me in any way, but like an encounter card could force me to discard Jefferson, and then if I get Gonka later, Gonka's really good. I would like to be able to use him repeatedly, so that's why we're doing that. Okay, that's it for my turn. Drawing up to 6. 6. Speaking of, new hand is 2 web shots, 2 blanks, Gonkali, and Arachnobatics. Okay. Villain phase. Main scheme goes up by 1. Mysterio is going to get to do something this time. Mysterio will scheme for 2 plus 2 star. Evil Doppelganger. Draw 3 cards, discard 3 random cards from your hand. 1, 2, 3. When I would draw or discard this here encounter card, I deal it to myself as a face down encounter card and draw a card. So, and it's a Fearmonger, which will discard my hand and make me draw up. Okay. So I've drawn, so I need to draw 1 more for Fearmonger. All right, and then we finish resolving Evil Doppelganger's boost, so I discard 3 random cards from my hand. One, 2, 3. I hit 3 blanks. All right, so we finished resolving that boost. So Mysterio's scheme was 2, 3, 4. So 4 threat onto the main. All right, and then after I resolve a boost card during Mysterio's activation, place it on the bottom of my deck if it has illusion trait, which Evil Doppelganger does. So there's now Evil Doppelganger on the bottom of my deck. All right. So that was his activation. Counter phase. Deal a new card. I can resolve these in the order of my choice. I know the first one is going to be pitching my hand and drawing it back, which could trigger more cards out of my deck. So I think I want to do the other one first in case it's like gang up and I run into minions or something. Deja vu peril. Other players cannot help me. Oh no. Choose either take 1 damage or place 1 threat on the main scheme, shuffle Deja Vu into any player's deck. That might have been a reason to go ahead and do the other one first. I'll go and take 1 damage. Shuffle Deja Vu into my deck. Also shuffles the Evil Doppelganger up in my deck. Which means I might hit Evil Doppelganger. Fearmonger. Search. Discard your hand, drop to your hand size. So all these beautiful, tasty cards go away, and I draw to my hand size of 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and I got Deja Vu, so I will be dealing it to myself as a face down encounter card and drawing a card. All right, finished resolving Fearmonger. New hand is 4 blanks, swing in, and power within. All right, so I know there's a Deja Vu. Think we've maybe learned our lesson from last time. Just do the other card first. Keeping secrets. You may flip to alter ego form, already in alter ego form. Exhaust Miles to remove that from the game, or discard Gonka and Jefferson from play. If neither is discarded, this gains Surge. Do I want to exhaust? So since I don't have either of them, it's do I want to exhaust Miles or do I want to take another random encounter card? Main scheme is at 6 out of 8, so even if I'm not... Oh, and I'm going to be thwarting the swing in. So it's not vital that I activate this turn. Power within will still be there for later. So... I think we'll go ahead and do that. We'll exhaust Miles Morales to remove Keeping Secrets from the game. All right. And Deja Vu again. Choose to either take 1 damage or place 1 threat. Just to verify, I am planning on playing Swing In this turn to clear threat. On the other hand, it's a bit easier for me to recover damage. Mysterio is not a huge attacking threat, particularly when I'm going to be having him locked down with stuns. All right, I'm going to take the 1 damage. Shuffle Deja Vu into my deck. All right, at the end of the villain phase, sure, that should be the end of the villain phase. My turn. All right. Don't particularly have anything I want to do in Alter Ego, so we're going to go ahead and flip to Spider-Man. Set Power Within out since it's an upgrade. Just hang on to that for later. And we'll pay 2 blank cards for swinging. And say, hey, that's a science resource, so we'll resolve Spider Camouflage after we remove 4 threat from this here scheme. Spider Camouflage is tough, can give Spider-Man a tough, confuse an enemy. So, tough for me, confuse for you. Excellent. That's the end of my turn. I'll go ahead and toss this blank card, try to make sure I get some more action, I think. 2, 3, 10, 11. So yeah, there are only 4 real cards left in my deck, which is still quite a number of them. So yeah, I better pitch my hand to make sure I actually get something. It's a new hand of 5. No, it's an old grudge. Draw a replacement for that. Double life. Okie doke. Old grudge. Attached minion gets 1 hit point. When revealed, search and counter deck discard pile and set aside area for nemesis minion and reveal it and attach old grudge to it. My nemesis minion is Prowler. When revealed, if you're in alter ego form, I'm not, give Prowler a tough status card. Okay, so Prowler is stalwart and has 6 hit points because he's got an old grudge. Well, that'll be fun. All right, so that was the end of my turn. It's now the villain phase. Main scheme goes up by 1. Mysterio attempts to attack, but he can't because he's stunned. And yep, so now Prowler activates. He will attack for 2. I could defend that, but I could either defend that or take it on the tough. It's a little bit unfortunate. I'd rather be taking villain attacks on my tough status, but also got some more spider camouflages coming up in my future probably, which will give me more toughs. So we will, I guess we'll let that hit me. So it probably hits me for 2. It bonks my tough status. Counter phase. Caught off guard, discard an upgrade or support. Choices are web shooter or power within. Web shooter's probably not doing a lot for me. Power within is going to be 2 damage and a stun, which does do a lot for me, so we'll get rid of web shooter. And it's back to me. Having a whole lot of nothing going on here. So I guess I might as well do something with double life. Well, the thing is, this double life doesn't actually do very much for me. So I'm probably flipping at least once this turn anyway. Just to shuffle more of my relevant cards into my deck. And to take advantage of that confuse that's over there. Like, if I flip straight back up with double life, then I'm going to be getting punched in the face by the bad guys. But we could have a go with power within to, could go ahead and activate that now to stun Mysterio or Prowler. I kind of don't want to bother with Prowler. This Prowler's got 6 hit points, which will take me a while to clear through. Not sure what the right play here is. What do you think? I think when I push phase on Mysterio, we're going to be chunking 5 cards off my deck, which is going to be at least 1 Deja Vu trigger. 12. Maybe Maybe I want to wait one more turn on letting that happen. So I think... I think I'm going to flip down and maybe hang on to double life for next turn. So it's going to be doing basically nothing with this hand, but what are you going to do? So what I am going to do is I think I'm going to thwart the main scheme for 2. And when I do that, I think I want to go ahead and... Do I even want a Venom Blast now? Yeah, I do want to do that just to get it shuffled back into my deck at some point. So yeah, I'll go ahead and Venom Blast after that basic power. Just do 2 damage and stun to Mysterio. So down to 1 and stunned. And I'll go ahead and flip to Miles Morales and shuffle a Spider-Man card into my deck. Which ones do I want? I want Swingin', Power Within. In a normal play, I would consider Gonka because Gonka gets you extra cards turn after turn. In this format, he doesn't really do that as consistently, though. Web Shot's good. Wow, I've seen like none of my... Oh, no, I guess I have. Never mind. I think it's probably just Web Shot is probably the pick. Just because damage and stun is where games get won. So, shuffle and Web Shot. All right, and I don't particularly want to play double life right now, so actually a smart thing to do might have been to shuffle in one of my Confused Tough cards with the plan of next turn double lifing back down to re-confuse again. Gosh, I don't know. I think next turn I'm going to want to end in hero form, so double life is also not going to be doing anything for me next turn. So we're just going to pitch the whole hand, I think. 5 cards. Again, normally in a normal game, double life is something you want to be playing like all the time so you can get value out of all your alter ego stuff, but I have no alter ego stuff to speak of here, really, so... Drawing 6. And got 2 encounter cards. Hand is Web Shot, Defense Mechanism, 4 blanks. All right, so we are dealing these to myself as encounter cards. So we've got Evil Doppelganger and Deja Vu coming in hot. All right. Villain phase. Main scheme goes up by 1. Mysterio attempts to scheme, but he can't because he's confused. Prowler schemes for 1. And encounter card. Evil Doppelganger, Deja Vu, and a mystery card. I think I want the mystery card first in case it's like gang up, so I don't get Doppelganger ganged up. So, new card is Shifting Apparition. And then it doesn't really matter too much the other ones. Evil Doppelganger, Deja Vu. What do I want to do this time with my deja vu? Alright, so now we are looking at wanting to clear out minions and stuff. So what's my turn likely to be? I think my turn's probably going to be something like web shot to clear off evil doppelganger, and then either recovery so I don't get my face smashed. Well, recovery's a little inefficient because I'm only at 7 damage taken, so I'm probably going to pop shifting apparition off. Which kind of stinks because whatever that encounter card is, I'm going to be getting it immediately. Ugh. Ugh. I guess if I take damage for deja vu, then I can recover it, and that's a little bit less awful. Sure, we'll do that. All right, so we'll take 1 damage for this deja vu and shuffle it in. Down to 6. Alright, my turn. I'm going to recover for 4, back up to my maximum of 9. I'll set down defense mechanism. 2 for web shot to do 4, and then 2 in a stun. I'm most scared of evil doppelganger because evil doppelganger could randomly be hitting for like 4 or 5 damage, which is a lot scarier than whatever prowler's going to be doing. So we're going to go ahead and do 4, and then another 2 in a stun to get rid of evil doppelganger. I flipped a hero form to do that. Sorry. Alright. And then I will end my turn. Go ahead and discard this blank card. 4, 5. There's deja vu. Its hand is double life, swing in the 3 blanks. Villain phase. Main scheme goes up 1. Mysterio tries to attack, but he's stunned. Prowler attacks for 2, puts me to 7. Shifting apparition attacks for 1, puts me to 6. Counter phase. This is a deja vu. Oh, my deck ran out, so I should have another encounter card, and I should have a shuffled deck. That's very relevant because I'd like to stop drawing deja vu for a freaking second. Deja vu is a lot less scary in multiplayer because you can give it to whoever's deck is the biggest, and they will maybe not draw it for a while. Whereas in solo like this, as your deck gets smaller, you keep drawing the darn thing over and over again, so you can see it quite a lot in a very small amount of time. Okay. So these encounter cards, deja vu and 2 other ones. Let's try this one. Weakness from within. When revealed, place 1 additional threat here for each card in your hand. I have 5 cards in my hand, so that'll be at 6. And that's a hazard. Ick. Alright. This encounter card. Manipulated Mind. Attached to an ally. If you count, this card gains Surge. Advanced Villain Schemes. Okay, Mysterio scheming for 2 plus 1 is 3 threat. And this is an illusion, so it is going on the bottom of my deck. So shifting apparition on the bottom. Then, so I guess that might be a reason to want to do Deja Vu first, because that's going to shuffle cards from the bottom in. All right, Deja Vu. I don't want one threat because that's going to pop the main, so 1 damage it is. Spider-Man should be ready. Yes. Okay, 1 damage for Deja Vu, shuffle in, including that shifting apparition. You're starting to lose control of things here. Really wishing I had some of my thwart events right about now to clear off this ridiculous side scheme. Oh, and I do have one of them. That's nice. Okay. So the main scheme's got 1 left on it, so if I don't take anything off Maze of Mirrors, it's going to pop. However, the only thwarting I have is 4 points of swing in and 1 hero activation. And I think I really want to get rid of weakness from within so that it doesn't generate an extra encounter card for me. So what we're going to do is going to go ahead and play Swing In, remove 4 threats, and Spider Camouflage. Spider Camouflage is Tough Confuse. You, tough for me. And yeah, I think I really need to get rid of weakness from within because that's just a disaster. Do I want to flip once or twice this turn? Since I've gotten... I got Defense Mechanism on the board so I can Spider Camouflage again. But kind of need to be on different sides for those 2 cards to be useful. If I flip down, we're going to be shuffling Swing In, back in, which is fine. Tough calls again. I think if I end up in hero form, Mysterio is going to clear my tough, and then I'm going to get hit for 3 and be at 2 hit points and be in a really rough state. So I think I want to end up in Alter Ego. So I think I'm just flipping the ones. Shuffle in, swing in. I think that's probably all I'm doing. Do I want to hang on to Double Life? Probably no. I need to find my attacks so I can clear off Prowler and get back to work on Mysterio. I also need to find, yeah. I think I need to toss these. So, drawing 6. Found double life anyway. 3 blanks, double life, web shot, or acrobatics. Alright. Villain phase. Main scheme goes up by 1. That is now 8 on Maze of Mirrors, so it finishes. Edge of Reality. Shuffle the top 2 cards of the encounter deck into each player's deck. So shuffle those in. Edge of Reality starts at 3 and goes to 9. Okay. So that was Auto Advance. Mysterio Schemes clears this confuse. Prowler Schemes for 1. Shifting Apparition Schemes for 1. And a deal an encounter card. Advance. Right, so Mysterio Scheming for 2+. 3 is 5, puts Edge of Reality to 10, and the game is over. Well, I've lost the game. It's pretty unfortunate. I feel like this was winnable. I'm not sure where things went wrong. I did let Prowler sit out for a fairly long time, which isn't great. I got kind of an awkward run of my hero cards, so I got like all of my stuns in a row, and then all of my spider camouflage for tough confuse. Would have been nice to have those spaced a little more evenly out so I could get value off of all those confuses earlier in the game. I did a little bit of poor sequencing with how I was resolving encounter cards, because I shuffled some things up when I could have been leaving them on the bottom for later. Yeah. I don't know, it's tough. It's definitely a lot easier on standard because it takes way longer for all the stuff Mysterio is doing to catch up with you. Whereas if you start on expert, the extra garbage comes up a lot faster because Mysterio 1, the bad stuff goes to your discard pile, which will take forever to come back and bite you, whereas Mysterio 2 goes on the bottom of your deck, and you hit Deja Vu or just play a search card or something, and it gets shuffled up into your deck, so you start seeing it a lot quicker. A little bit unfortunate I hit Old Grudge to pull Prowler out, but I mean, Prowler's not that bad as far as Nemesis minions go. Like, he's certainly no Dark Phoenix, which would be utterly horrifying. So yeah, I don't know. Lost this game, but I may give it another go. We'll see. Let me know in the comments if you think you could have played this better, and I'll catch you in the next one.